never give in, and fail fast. How are you to reconcile these two completely conflicting pieces of advice? The first, Winston Churchill said, never give in. Never, 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 never give in. And I completely agree. If you are defending democracy for all of Europe, you should never give in. On the other hand, as an entrepreneur, I've been taught to fail fast, which means we take risk, we move quickly, we throw an idea out into the world. If you're responsible for launching Cheetos lip balm, true product from 2005, maybe fail fast. The key in taking this advice is to put it into context. And it's the first of 3 filters as you are going in the world and getting advice. But before I get to the next 2, I have a confession to make. I bought a Mercedes SL convertible, my dream car, on eBay for cash, shipped sight unseen from Miami, Florida to Charleston, South Carolina, and I consulted no one. I did not consult my business partner. I did not consult my best friend who sold cars. I did not consult my wife, now ex-wife. My first piece of advice is get advice. Ask someone. I take a lot of risk and I come up with a lot of crazy ideas. And my number 1 rule is to run it by somebody. Let somebody weigh in that it's reasonable to keep going. About that same time period, a much younger me, this is actually me, much, much younger with a lot more hair, was helping a friend of mine with his cigar business. It was about to close. The employees had been laid off. Times were tough. But there was this opportunity because there were existing sales. And I thought, well, if we just get some cash for product, we can make the sales, we can spin the company back up. It seemed to make sense. So we knew we needed some cash. My favorite kind of banker is a rich uncle. But we didn't have one of those. So I call a friend of mine that I banked with in the past. I thought he would get it. He's a very steady Eddie kind of guy. Existing sales made sense. You can picture this guy. He eats the same turkey sandwich for lunch every day. You want him as your neighbor because he mows his grass every single week, Thursdays at 4 p.m. We give him the entire plan. No, he says. I was somewhat shocked, so I took it to a second banker. No, again, I heard. And as an entrepreneur, I have learned to take no not as rejection, but as feedback. So I called the banker from the first pitch back and I said, look, I'm not sure what I'm missing. I'm going to put $40,000 of my own money into this company and invest just as a friend. Would you advise me to do that? No. He was very clear. And I sat at my desk for 2 whole minutes after that call. I remember processing what is going on. This makes perfect sense to me. And then it came to me. The banker's job is to mitigate risk. I'm an entrepreneur. My job is to take risk. I did. We invested the $40,000. We spun the company back up into success. And today it has a line of products in 3,000 stores around the United States. And I learned the second lesson in taking advice, which is who is giving you that advice? What is their perspective on the situation? I believe entrepreneurship is the #1 change agent in the world. It is valuable and we need to do it. Also, I like making money. I love making other people money. I love winning at Monopoly. I kind of look like the Monopoly guy. I have started 8 companies, 6 of which have gone past the $1 million mark. 1 past 30 million, and they're still growing. More importantly in my life is my passion, which is starting a nonprofit to help other people with their businesses. I have run for-profit companies, and I've run a nonprofit helping companies. Sadly, I have run for-profit companies as not-for-profits. That one I don't advise. But as you look at the landscape of advice and growing, think about the core of who's making the decision. And it's you. You are the center of the decision. One of our startups in that nonprofit learned this through having a need for growth. And he goes to one of our mentors, and on one day the mentor said, "You need to take out a loan. Mortgage your house, that's the way to get it done." And then he experienced mentor whiplash, which is on the same day another very smart mentor said, "No, don't take a loan. You need to get investors. You'll lose some control in the company, but that's the way to get it done." And our advice back to that founder was, both of these are reasonable pieces of advice. It is up to you, the kind of company you want to grow, the control you want to have. It's you, your core values, objectives, talents. Picture yourself standing on a cliff and you're about to jump off. On one side of you, there will be experts, people that know all about jumping. The turkey sandwich everyday crowd, marketing, accounting, lawyers, people that will say things to you like, "The water is cold. Patrick, why are you naked? There are rocks below. Be careful. Do not jump." On the other side of you, there will be mentors, people that have jumped. And they will say, "Absolutely jump. It's the greatest thing I ever did in my life. I broke my leg, but you should jump too." Off safe on the beach, there'll be a group of people shouting, "Jump, just jump." They know nothing about jumping. They have never jumped. We'll call them social media. Their non-consensual mentorship is almost useless. And to them, I quote Will Rogers, "Never miss a good chance to shut up." Behind you, there'll be a group of peers. They're getting ready to jump too. They're scared, they're learning, and they're inspiration to the process. Also, your parents, your grandparents, they might not have great advice, but they love you and they want to keep you safe. But the most important person on that cliff is you. You're the one jumping. Bill Murray said, "Whatever you do, always give 100% unless you're giving blood." As you go out into the world to decide whether or not to start a business, or decide to go to college or not, or decide to shave your head, ask somebody. Ask those that know all about it, and ask those that have done it. And put it through 3 filters. First, the context of what they are saying to you, who they are in relation to the advice, and finally, you, your core values, mission, and goal. You are the one jumping. Let's never give in and fail fast. Unless this advice isn't for you, and then don't take it at all.